MIBR has some tricks up their sleeves, and they're very, very eager to take them down now. 2-0. Up next will be Inferno, and they might, you know, CLG might have the advantage perhaps of starting now on CT side, but MIBR's, their T sides have looked very solid.
Yeah, and considering the fact it is MIBR's map pick, and they would be assuming this on the T side, they're still going to be feeling very comfortable here. Here we go, MIBR. They'll be looking to close this out in a 2-0 fashion. CLG Red, you can never count out the veterans here. We had it was a bit of a rough game for Diane with the AWP, someone we know is rock solid as a sniper. And it didn't feel like CLG Red didn't really have too many protocol to rely on once their initial defaults weren't quite working out. And I was having a little bit of chat with Miss Harvey in the crowd after this, after the first map, and even she had a few questions there. But that being said, hopefully Inferno will be a whole different tale altogether. There's a bit of a stack towards B, and two CTs holding towards the arch position.
And let's hope that CLG have fixed the mistakes of map number 1. Because some things were very, very little that could easily be fixed. And I think if they have reset, focused on this map, they could definitely take this one back, steal it away from MIBR, go to a third. But it also means there's a lot of pressure now on their shoulders. MIBR, though, now keen to set foot onto bracket, all moving into the short position. Some dings back and forth, and also kills back and forth now in favor of MIBR. Little Z is tucked up a little bit, but a bomb does go down.
Bomb will be planted, and for CLG Red, here comes a retake. And because they were so tucked on inside of the B bomb site, it's going to take forever for them to arrive. They have a smoke in the kit for Goose, Kelsey, and Emmy with the USPs and the armor, but this looks, this is going to be very hard. We have Goose coming in. Actually, it's going to be Emmy coming in from the apartments. Kiza lying in wait. The smoke will be deployed as a retake is definitely on. Bomb sticked away quite a bit as well, and it's going to be a two-person hole inside of the pit to shut it down. Goose able to find a couple of kills, though. She's got a kit as well, and the bomb, she's tucked on in, but then this is almost unwinnable. This is absolutely unwinnable. She's going to try and stick it. She's trying to shake her head and throw off the aim of Arkynha, but it is going to be the round being won. Everyone falls in the end, but MIBR are off to a winning start, and they've now won, I do believe, both the pistols?
Yep.
All three of the pistols, sorry.
All three, no, yeah. They started off with a very strong half over on Vertigo. And then when things looked almost a little bit dire, they still took home that pistol round. Then they started the streak on Vertigo. And here we go, their first map win. And now, again, a good start for MIBR. So that means money is in the bank. But by the looks of it, CLG Red are not going to be stopping anytime soon. A force bite comes through, a UMP in hand of Goosebreeder and some pistols around them. Already Goosebreeder taking quite the hit with some utility that was being thrown by MIBR, but at least they do have banana control.
Just got a message from Miss Harvey as well. She said CLG Red haven't won a single pistol round this entire weekend, which is it's a bit of a yikers right there. We want to win those pistols, but yeah, trend will continue for the time being as we have a bit of a stack towards the A bomb site from CLG Red. We have the UMP into play in the hands of Goose. Goosebreeder, the old Soul SMG, a weapon you don't really see being used that often anymore. It's a bit of a SMG rifle hybrid, right? But we haven't, it's kind of fallen out of fashion of late, as MIBR are slowly making their way up towards brackets. We have two players inside of apartments. Up close, though, these pistols could be lethal. Little Z in the meantime trying to be a bit of a distraction towards B as the walk in towards this stack. There's a great flash from Julie to find Hera. 30 seconds. Now they're going to be pivoting back towards the B bomb site, and that is indeed the right call.
Yeah, at the moment, just one player there. It's Emmy with a CZ. It's tucked in. If the player decides to come close, and if she goes unchecked, does eventually with the last bullet grab Little Z in the process, but it's traded out.
10 seconds.
Now, the time definitely is of the essence, but the smokes are in place. But suddenly, josi is met with a lot of contestment there over towards Banana. And the chaos actually start to favor CLG. There's a chance here, but no kit, so time is going to be of the essence.
They do have a smoke to work with here, but how did it break apart his crossfire? They seem to have an idea. Kiza making contact. They're not going to be checking the second player. Arkynha lines them up as well. Headshots for her. That got hairy indeed. MIBR almost walking into the stack, but able to stave off what would have been a very brutal round indeed. With CLG Red, that was the force, so we will have USBs come out. This is a very important peak for Kiza in this 3v2, right? The moment she peeks out and finds Diane, that is the two CTs now having to focus in her direction, allowing Arkynha to line them up and get those kills. Couple of nades, couple of smokes being purchased for the CTs, and a CZ and a Deagle in play as well. But this one should be an easier time in the server here for MIBR. Kiza with the MAC-10 should be the one going in an expedition to avoid something similar to what we saw in the previous round, a full stack.
So far, MIBR just defaulting of a player over towards Banana, trying to get some mid control and a player over in Abs, just clearing out the corners, trying to figure out where CLG is currently playing. It looks like majority is just stacked over towards actually both bomb sites, but they are going to be rotating a player over, which is the right call here to make, because MIBR is keen to set foot on A.
Yeah, they're being very, very, very slow here, looking for the aggression, but they're all grouped up together as well, right? So no eyes towards Banana, which is a bit curious. They have a lot of utility to use. 3 smokes, 2 mollies, couple of flashes as well. And it should be Kiza leading this charge, but once again, they're going to be coming into this 3-player hold. Goose is too far away, and again, considering it's just default pistols on the majority of the plays, it should still be easy here, but I say that, and Emmy is going to strike with the C's at 2 kills for her. This is starting to look very murky indeed. Hera able to slow things down, able to find a kill. They still know Emmy's inside of the bomb site, but have they noticed a second player to sneak in as well is the question. Yuli lying in wait, but eventually the smoke will fade, and she will be found. It's all on Kelsey in a 1 versus 2, 9 seconds on the clock. Again, they're being made to bleed here by CLG Red, so MIBR 3-0 lead. But I gotta say, I don't know about you, viewers, but I'm not very convinced with some of these anti-eco rounds coming out from the Brazilian side.
No, they still get very, very close, almost too close for comfort, both as far as kills goes and the amount of weapons lost and time. You know, if everything got a little bit later, if you know the utility has run out, certainly you could find yourself in a rough spot to be in to try and still plant that bomb. Though they've gotten away with it now, and by the looks of it, Little Z now the AWP in hand. Also in the hands of Die. This is going to be the battle of the AWP again. Both going 2 and 3, so anything on the board can still be possible.
The one thing we saw from Dai was at least she was coming out on top in some of those duels against Little Z in the first half of Vertigo, but then just went missing in the second half. So hopefully fortunes will turn around. We do know how impactful she could be, but yeah, you can clearly see her being almost not present in that second half of Vertigo. Definitely was the difference maker here. As we will have a few nades being exchanged early on. Bear in mind, MIBR, despite the 3-0 lead they had, they suffered so many casualties in round number 2 and 3 that if they lose this, their money will be broken. They will have to just maybe go for another force buy, which will have maybe 1 or 2 rifles. It would primarily be the pistol, so they are aware of the fact that CLG Red have good opportunity to go for at least a 2-round streak here. Looking at a setup though, it's going to be pretty defaultish towards B. Aggressive posturing towards brackets though, so Yuli's position here is very, very important. If she falls, then this entire hold falls apart. Minute on the clock, and now CLG Red start to slowly fall back on towards the bomb site.
Arkynha is trying to fake out that B bomb site, does still manage to keep those 2 CT players there. But at least now MIBR is going to try and enter his side with a little bit more time left on the clock. Yuli is fighting for it, dear life. They're over in mini pit, but leave it up to Die. Die grabs 2 kills as far as this round now goes. And Emmy with a 2 for herself as well, leaving Arkynha to try and finish the job. It's not going to happen this time around, and CLG have grabbed their first round.
Huge double kill coming in from Emmy. The flashes was so very good as well. We had a questions of Diane, but she does come alive and is trying 2 very important kills here. Finding what josi Nice flick downwards and the kill onto Little Z as well. And Arkynha, unfortunately out of position. Her job is to come on in with a lurk towards the library, but then with everyone else falling on that A-bomb side, not much you can do from that position. As we have MIBR now with a force buy. As we predicted, it's not that great. Couple of Galils, 3 Deagles in play, and a handful of utility. And for CLG Red, it's about not just winning the round, but trying to ensure they don't hemorrhage too many players.
Good flashbang into Banana, try to really hold on to that area of the map. And this is a good thing, they just forced MIBR to go even slower. There was a smoke down on mid, now deep down on Banana. And MIBR is forced to use their utility to try and get that control back. And they just have some pistols, so any bit of utility that you have is gonna get crucial now to use. Goosebreeder though, blinded again as well. The flashbang really seemed to be on point though. Kelsey grabs 2 kills, and now Goosebreeder can re-peek into it. The defense solid. And with that, another round on the board for CLG.
There's good flashbangs to prevent the boost from taking place, but at the same time, no smoke. They were going in for the swing, looking to take the fights. It was the right idea, but Kelsey found the double kill. And by the time the trades took place, the cavalry had arrived as well. So CLG Red, 2 in a row here, and which should quickly be 3. They should be tying things up against the Glocks, but finally some signs of life from the NA side, and we might actually have a bit of a battle here, because I won't lie, the ending, the second half of that Vertigo map was just so one-sided.
Oh, die, here we go. This is what we wanted to see from her. Emmy now pushing deep down Banana as soon as there's not a single presence noticed, and they have sandwiched MIBR completely. Oh, die completely aware as well that there could be a player down deep in the apartment. And with that, scoreline is all tied up, and the Americans are back.
Eco kills, but if you get it with the AWP, it counts. It counts. Nice stuff. Getting warmed up. That could be something which could be the catalyst here for CLG Red to take us to map number 3. Still far, far away. Still very, very early here in map number 2. As we will have the buy coming in for MIBR. AK-47s abound for each and every one of the members. A lot of utility as well being purchased, and a 3-player hold early on. And once more, we see this aggression, right? The deep Molotov and a flash combo from CLG Red to wrest early control of Banana. Now, they don't necessarily have to stick on around because they haven't been seen, so MIBR need to expend time and utility to try and regain control of this Banana position. And that, of course, allows CLG Red to allocate more resources towards the A-bomb side, and that's exactly what's taking place here. Kelsey is right now the only defender towards B, but with a couple of bullets being rattled off by the T's, she will have to fall on back, but still confident. They're very confident on CLG Red that if there is going to be a Banana retake coming in from MIBR, there will be sound cues being given by the utility, and that's when the rotation can take place from Goose, who's right now playing inside a CD spawn. For the time being, this A-bomb site, MIBR could be walking into a stack.
Smoke will go towards library, but at the same time, they're going to flash into Banana, try and explore that part of the map as well. So MIBR haven't quite made up their minds just yet. Also, the bomb still needs to be picked up. Looks like it is going to be Little Z picking that up right now. I think she's looking for it. I'm not sure where it is dropped. They're on the hunt, and as we do so, the time is ticking away. Luckily, the rest of the team have prepared themselves for this Banana push now, but there is 3 CTs here. Kelsey blocking the smoke, trying to make some use of that. And even while blind, Emmy grabs the first kill, boosted up on the flower pot. Goosebreeder free for herself. And time, 5 seconds. The fake, yeah, you can't really do that much. CLG take this one home. And some slip-ups there for MIBR.
That is just a messy round all around, right? They really didn't get much done. Really didn't go for any pressure on towards the CT side. And then, yeah, the problem with trying to pick up the C4, not giving themselves any time. And what is the spacing coming out from MIBR? Just terrible spacing all around. And just free kills, a shooting gallery on the B bomb site for the side of CLG Red. Convincing round indeed. As a tactical timeout will be called as they talk things through. But CLG Red, after losing the pistol and the round number 2 and 3. They have looked much better indeed. A few smiles as well on the North American side.
That's good. They don't seem too stressed out just yet. Have just won a very important round 2. So there's still life inside of the Americans. Though, of course, we know MIBR were able to bounce back even after being 96 down on Vertigo. So keep that in the back of your mind, because who knows what can still happen here on Inferno.
Nade sailing on in, but I think the Molotov was extinguished by the CT zone smoke, so that's a bit of a unfortunate turn of events, but it's all good in the hood for CLG. They're going to be going for a stack a little bit more earlier. Oh no, actually, that's cheeky. I like that. There's no way you're usually expecting this. You're just going to be going for the dry swing, and it should be an easy free kill. As I say, that Hera is very fortunate to stay alive, die, attacking her through the edge of the wall. But the hit is actually going to be coming in towards B. Dry swing, and Goose finds 2 kills with a boost.
Just as clean as you would like to see it. All 5 players remain alive for CLG. And it's suddenly a tough job now for MIBR to clear. They're going to be heading towards the B side. There is less CTs over here, but still 2 that could easily rotate quickly over. And now Kelsey on the coffin position. Being overwhelmed a little bit, josi can actually capitalize on that, grab the kill, and they can get a bomb plant. So that honestly is a W now for MIBR. There's an AK in the hands of josi as well. And they're going to try and hold on, try to do economic damage, even though their money is pretty stacked up. Any little thing you can do can certainly help. Now, Molotov will be keeping them out on both angles. They're going to try to hold on. It's not going to happen. Defuse can come through. And that's the thing you have when there's still utility in the mix and simply none for MIBR.
You can see the smiles as well for CLG Red. Fine, they get the bomb planted. It doesn't really affect them too much. Money's looking pretty solid as well. CLG Red start to really mount a defense here. MIBR going to be coming on in. Opnahan's little Z, and she's been struggling a little bit, not really finding much done here in the T set. That being said, she really hasn't had too many opportunities with the Zoom banger either, so really can't be too critical of that. CLG Red, look at how deep they are down banana. Like, this banana control has been great from CLG Red, and they've been, and it's been so many variations. They're not just sticking around towards banana. Sometimes they go for early utility and then they fall back towards safety. A couple of shots will be rung out by Little Z, but she's not fortunate enough to connect any one of them. But that being said, meantime, pressure towards brackets, and Diane looking for the re-peak. Oh, this could be dangerous.
She might slow peek, or she will do so, but josi not quick enough on the trigger of that AK. So the player advantage again in favor of CLG. Of course, they still have some utility left to try and deal with that A defense. But eventually, if CLG delay enough, time could become a problem again. Dai still aware, and she swings and hits the shots. Emmy right there on long to follow it up with. And suddenly the T side crumbling for MIBR. Little Z does fire back, but how much more can she do? There's 30 seconds left on the clock, and still 4 more players to find.
Dai as well holding the line. She doesn't really miss these. 3 kills for Diane, and the 4th as well, as Diane comes alive. 11 and 3 for her. And these hits are, they do feel discombobulated. It's also just the fact that every single step they make, they're just being met by either Diane, or it could be Emmy, or someone just able to come out on top here. The slow peek out of josi was huge. And a great 4K coming in from Dai. And CLG Red from 0 and 3 to now 6 on the trot.
Yeah, this is a great round, and MIBR is looking to change things up, going for a very aggressive, quick push deep down banana, but a lot of utility being thrown their way. So that means Arkynha is out, josi down to just 17 HP already. So that is now a bit of a health advantage in favor of CLG, and Cavalry also has arrived. 3 CTs currently here, and even more utility starts to rain. It's not going to be stopping MIBR this time around, but MIBR Die is currently already here, repositioned, tries to hold on. It's not going to happen. Also takes quite a bit of a hit herself, and now the bomb has been planted as well. Needs to wait for Yuli, because Yuli has the amount of utility that could make or break this round.
1 HP on Die after all the utility. She had a tank, but she does stay alive, and so this is still very doable, right? Money's not a problem at all, so they might just be going for this Yuli. Bit of a quiet game thus far in Inferno. And Die able to find another one, but the crossfire is good. Yuli able to still get the trade, and now the 1v1. Kiza versus Yuli, and Kiza through the smoke decapitates her. And finally, the streak comes to an end, but it still came down to the 1 versus 1.
And that's the thing, those were the rounds that back on Vertigo for CLG seemed like a problem, you know. We had them win a round or 2, but it was always then the 1v1 in which it had to result to. So, not a great sign that it needs to come down to this, but a round is a round. And now they need to translate that into more, because otherwise CLG is just going to stick to the momentum they're having at the moment.
See how tense it is right now. Both teams, of course, for MIBR, they don't want to take this to map number 3, right? If it goes to map number 3, suddenly the momentum is going to be shifting the way of the favorites here. There's going to be CLG Red, so for them, it's about trying to close this out as early as possible, but still step in the right direction here for the Brazilians. CLG Red, though, they have looked great thus far. Even the previous round coming down to the 1v1. As Diane, a rare missed shot. There was a real opportunity there to get the opening pick. And it might be up. This time, they're looking to fight fire with fire. The aggression from CLG Red towards his banana position being met by Kiza, pushing on up. She's taking a bit of damage, however, from the utility, but still able to ensure there's no early banana control for CLG Red. But that being said, this is a good rebuttal from the CTs, lobbing in the smoke towards top mid, but it's not going to be respected from MIBR. 3 players come charging on out, all 5 players grouped up together, but there are 4 CTs lying in wait. This could still be a disaster for MIBR, but they seem to sniff it out. The spider sense is tingling. They slowly creep their way back towards B, where there's only 1 defender. It's Diane, who's sitting right now on 13 and 4.
CLG Red are clearing mid though. Checking bracket, not a single presence noted. And now as soon as Die has spotted them and even grabbed a kill while blind, the Cavalry needs to come back right into B. The bomb though is going to be planted, so that gives MIBR some room now to reposition.
Goose here in a very important position for her. If she's able to come out on top, this retake looks very, very doable. Kiza heading towards car, and Goose should be clearing this angle, hugging the wall, slowly coming out. A flashbang actually from a teammate blinding her, and she's been spotted, and she's going to be taken down. And suddenly this retake's got infinitely so much more hard. Whitestone from Hera, Die able to get the second kill for herself, but the trades are good, they're thick, they're fast, they're furious. But Josi with a double kill, leaving it all on Emmy. But Josi, 3K hold, and that's 2 now back-to-back for the Brazilians.
This is what MIBR needed very desperately to fight back against the Titans of CLG. So it is a bit of a back and forth affair. Now it was 3-3, and CLG winning back-to-back rounds, and MIBR is having none of that, looking to get back into the game. 5 rounds right now, T-side can become a lot more, though the money is definitely still in a very good spot for CLG. They have plenty left to buy, even if they lose the next. CLG can still buy up, so that might become a bit of a problem in the long run. But for now, MIBR is good and they are ready to fight again.
Some CLG Red realizing they don't really want to play without any control of banana, so we have Kelsey tucked on in. 76 HP, still pretty solid. 2 players holding towards apartments as well. This is something that MIBR might not be expecting, but Arkynha goes for the wide swing. finds the first, and that's going to draw the rotation. You can see Emmy heading on back. The timing is so disastrous for Yuli. She moves on in, blocking Diane's vision, gets taken down, but at least Diane able to trade as Goose will somehow manage to escape, but that was tricky, that was rough. Arkynha pushed up pretty aggressively as well. The Flames will not be respected. She comes jumping on through. And Diane will fall, and just one remaining. It's all on Emmy. She's gonna find two, and now it's a 1v1. Bomb dropped at her feet, and josi having to clutch it out again.
Emmy is unaware though. Where is josi going to be coming from? Is it going to be CT? Is it going to be Banana? I'm going to check two angles, but also 30 seconds left on the clock, so there's a lot of pressure onto josi to finish this one, clutch it out. So the bomb is right there at the feet, and Emmy is just going to be passive. Try to see what josi's going to be doing, and she reads her like a book. Emmy waits, sits, and pulls the trigger at the exact right time. So 7-5, and CLG looking better and better again.
Cold as ice. This is just a great opening sequence. A couple of kills here coming out from the tees, but then what a hero play from Emmy. That was a 1 versus 3. Had to spin around, take on Little Z, and then, as you said, just read josi like an open book. She knew exactly what she was going to be doing. Just waiting patiently for the peak to take place, and this is a barrage of nades. And after what felt like forever, MIBR much faster around Kelsey. They know exactly where she is, and they're going to hound her down. Instant kill from Little Z, but Emmy with a 3K of her own, bringing this one back into favor of CLG Red.
Hello, eco frags. I mean, that's a thing. If you have little armor or limited amount of weaponry, you can become a very open target. Now, the bomb can get planted. Molotov starts to rain on site, not quite at the right position. So that is some extra cash in the bank for MIBR, but there is also a recovered rifle and a lot of damage being dealt now through that smoke. So if Kiza can sneak behind them with their Tech 9, they could actually make this very disastrous now for CLG Red. Trying to set the ground on the site. Dai is eager to look. Oh, she's scoped, but looks away. And now right there on the bomb. Oh, just by an inch, Emmy stays alive. And now the reload needs to come in. It's not quite gonna happen. And by the inch, Little Z escapes. Time, there's nothing left. And even though Dai grabs the kill, she dies there as well. So another round on the board, and we are like playing a game of ping pong right here.
What a huge run coming from Little Z though, right? Like she was lining up, she knew there were smokes in possession of the CTs. She lined up her crosshair with the C4, gets the first kill, the second one running on through, and the timing on that couldn't have been any better. Catching Diane with the op not equipped in her hands. And we have the force spike coming up CLG Ready. We spoke about the massive amount of money they had built up, but then whittle away down to just the SMGs as Arkynha is going to get the first kill on the Goose through the smoke as well. And MIBR, signs of life. It was looking like CLG Red might be running away with this, and after a little bit of a back and forth affair, it looks like the timings and the kills will be going the way of MIBR. Just two remain here, Kelsey and Yuli, and Yuli's position known. They also know where Kelsey was. This one's done.
Kelsey was laughing or shaking her head, just saying, yeah, no, this one definitely didn't quite work out the way we wanted to. And they forced up into this. So after this, their money is going to look very dire. You can say they have about 2K per person left in the bank for the last round of the half. So MIBR can suddenly turn it up its head and actually end this half with a lead.
I love the switch up, right? The previous round, just the nade barrage towards Banana. And I love this back and forth affair when it comes to Banana control being attempted by both the sides. We saw this happen at Vertigo as well. We saw CLG Red have just a huge lead on in the first half. This time around, MIBR fighting back in this half. Look at the speed here from Kiza as well, just running on through. She should be catching a player that she is so lucky. Kelty is so fortunate to be alive, but now they know where both the CTs are, and this push is going to come on through.
So Right now, MIBR is playing it a bit more slowly. Just making sure to not make a mistake. I'm not sure if they spot, I think they did spot die there. Just chime in around the corner, and as soon as Yuli takes a peek for herself from window, her head is taken off. So that's an opening now for CLG. And now the question is MIBR, they're going to be looking to set foot on A, but actually all the CTs have chimed in currently here, waiting in bracket, trying to deal as much damage as they can. And there are some players definitely quite low, and that is the opportunity now for Goosebreeder to take in that kill.
The bomb could have been actually taken down, but somehow Little Z will escape. Look at how low the players are. Arkynha on 11 HP, but she's pushing so deep into CT. There's no way Goose is expecting the player, and it's all down to Kelsey to get something done. But Arkynha with the tap to finish off the job. That is a brilliant comeback from the side of MIBR.
Yeah, man. This is...
Welcome back, everybody, as we have this game poised once more on a razor's edge. CLG Red with a great start to start things off here at map number 2, but then a beautiful resurgence from MIBR, winning 5 of the final 6 rounds to take the lead heading to the second half. And CLG Red now, they're battling for survival, Fearless.
Yeah, this is unexpected, but I've been saying over at the green room, you know, I think MIBR has that firepower to take on CLG Red, and so far, they have not let me down. Now, they've been the queens of the pistol round. Can MIBR do it again, steal it away from CLG? Well, Hera definitely says so. Grabs the first kill. Emmy in return, though. Things definitely still possible, and Kelsey chimes in for herself too. So now the bomb can get planted. There's a Molotov there towards the coffin too. So that will at least keep the defense out for a little bit. All right, josi spots the head of Goosebreeder, so it is still a 3-on-2.
Emmy, though, second kill for her in this round. They have a kit as well to work with the CTs and the smoke, but they need to somehow find these kills as they're going to be coming in together. Smoke for the bomb. Tap will come on through, but Kelsey lies in wait. A big gap, and josi with two beautiful shots, but Kelsey would clutch this one out. You can see now CLG Red starting to get fired up. They finally won a pistol round as well. It's a definite good reason to be fired up for the NA side.
This is what CLG needs, and that is also therefore the cause that they can try and get back. You know, the scoreline is 8-8. So much can still happen, and this whole game has been going back and forth. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if MIBR is just like, you know, screw it, we're just gonna go for the force buy, and here we go.
I like this. It's a statement of purpose. The flash is raining on in, though, as CLG Red wasting no time trying to go for this B play. And Arkynha, this is a dangerous game, taking quite a bit of damage. As CLG Red, after initial flurry of flashes and getting control of Banana, they're going to leave Goose behind, while the remaining members are going to be grouping back together towards mid. Is a look to poke and prod towards the top of brackets. The smoke is going to be dissipating pretty soon. And towards Arch, we have josi with a scout. And just 3 defenders, so this should be, at least on paper, easily averted by CLG Red. They have so much utility to deploy. A couple of smokes still in play, a lot of Molotovs as well. And as you can see, in the meantime, towards B, Goose is trying to sell this fake, trying to draw the rotation from some of the CTs holding towards the A bomb site, but they're not falling for this.
Whew. Okay there. All right, so MIBR off to a good start in this round, and again josi, oh my lord, she now has the scout in her hand too. And little Z, look at this, the kills start to rain for MIBR. Kelsey is so eager to say no, but it's not gonna happen. MIBR confident, and they are holding on.
That force buy, which is like they lost one player there, realize just one player. And I just want to take a look at some of the shots that were being hit by the Brazilian ladies. Little Z from the pit, and then a Vasco rather from josi, and beautiful shots all around. Almost a team ace there for the side of MIBR, and of course CLG Red are like, you know what, if you can do it, so can we. The pistol buy comes out. It's going to be Deagle's Tech 9s. The pistol round win not really being converted, and you can see MIBR playing pretty forward positioning. No SMGs here, rifles abound for all the CTs. AK Galil, 2 M4s, and the FAMAS. Molotov, however, is going to force them forward, and here they come charging on out. Good damage being dealt here as they come trying to hound on Kizza, but she's able to get the kill and fall back to safety.
It's not going to happen, though they do have quite a lot of flashbangs to set foot onto the side. It's good for 1 kill, but not for a whole lot more. So they still have a player advantage here, MIBR. Good idea throwing that Molotov on the side, though that is not quite a place where the bomb is being planted. So CLG, they at least have the bomb plant, but they forced into this. This is not just a straight up eco. They need this round, and they're gonna get cleaned up. The Janitors are here in the name of MIBR.
They're like, you can have the bomb plant, that's fine. You can have 1 kill, but that's all you are gonna get. So we have, you can see a little bit of consternation on the side of CLG Red. The pressure is so real right now, and shout out to the ladies, shout out to everyone sitting around. It's the final game of the day. They could be back in their hotel rooms practicing for tomorrow, but they're like, you know what, we're going to stick around and support our girls, and I love to see it. 10-8, MIBR with a 2-round lead, and CLG Red with the just a light investment, not a full commitment. Oh, and they just might be mowed down. The flashbang is beautiful, and it's a shooting gallery for Hera. 3 kills for her, bomb down, and this is just a vulgar display of power here from MIBR. Goosebreeder even being hunted down by the nade. And oh boy, the ladies are fired up.
This must hurt, even though this is just some bare pistols. You want to try and see if you can deal some economic damage, perhaps get another bomb plan to get your own economy going. It's gonna get denied. MIBR is full up in spirit right now. So happy, and so is the audience.
How many upsets are we going to be seeing here today? We already saw Na'Vi take down Bigger Keeper earlier on today. Of course, that was a much more close, I mean, you know, evenly matched team, so to speak, right?
This we had an OT in the end.
Yeah, this is just the underdogs. MIBR looking fiery. And look at this, look at this push coming on out. 3 players charging on. Emmy still sticking around though, but the window of opportunity to get the trade has passed by. But still a player sticking around here. Arkynha, she needs to be careful. There was no one nearby. That's a free kill. Emmy, they haven't hurt her, and that's a free kill.
There we go, and now they're going to try and capitalize on that. Instantly the smoke into CT, and a lot of ground now taken towards this B side. It's going to get a little rough for Emmy to try and get herself up on that side. Good Molotov to delay things. And at the same time, Yuli tries to wrap around through the arch. It's going to get denied. Hera tries to hold on, so at least they hold onto that player advantage, which can come of great strength now in this retake. They even have an AK in the hands of Hera. So far, so good. 13 kills for her in 20 for josi. It is absolutely insane. Now, utility is going to start to rain. It's going to get quite dire, perhaps. But Emmy is still alive and kicking. She has been a great force to be reckoned with, as well as Die, even on the AK. And with that, the time is slowly ticking away and away. Kills come in. And CLG with another round on the board, slowly and surely creeping back closer again.
That is such an important play coming in from Emmy there, right? Lose the first player, and they weren't expecting Emmy to be lurking behind the smoke. That was a bit of a mistake, if you ask me, from MIBR. They just assumed that Banana was clear, that CLG Red had everyone behind, and I believe Arkynha's jump over the smoke was heard by Emmy. Able to sneak on in, get the first kill, and a second kill as well. And there was even still a moment there in a 4v3, they would have been able to attempt the retake, because the retakes have looked very clean from the side of MIBR, but fantastic work from CLG Red in the 3v4 to keep all 3 players alive as well, while holding off against the onslaught of the seniors. And here we have it once more, Emmy. 1-2, great hold from Die, Goose, and Emmy, the veterans on this side. MIBR though, I don't think they're going to be too phased by that. They knew they made a bit of a mistake. They've been looking to rectify it. Still a 2-round lead for the Brazilians.
By the looks of it, CLG just looking for more default play. Players over towards the banana, and they're going to be contesting it quite heavily. It's a good idea to throw in that flashbang, though in the same time, it's a 1-for-1 trade. Eventually, though, now another one on top of it in favor of MIBR. They don't want to try and regain some ground. Yuli in the apartment heard some footsteps, but josi is very well aware that she likes to play that position.
Indeed she is, and you can see josi starting to slowly backpedal. She knows she gave a bit of sound cue. 3 players still holding the ground towards A, leaving the B bomb site in the hands of Arkynha. And you gotta understand, she's got no utility remaining. She's just gonna be going for the jiggle peek. And we have a bit of a fake towards the A bomb site. Just a smoke for Moto though, nothing much else. Arkynha still biting it, still gonna be going for the jiggle peek, waiting to spot someone, and finally she does. That's a giveaway. Now the hit's gonna be coming on in, because the fact that she's got no utility to work with, however, she has to reposition herself. And then CLG Red, 30 seconds, they need to go for a play. The dry peek from Arkynha finds Emmy, and now the execute is going to be coming on in. It's a 4 versus 2, 20 seconds, they need to get the bomb down, and it's going to be Little C through the smoke, finding the Goose, and with that, it is going to be round number 12 for MIBR. They did not fall for the fake at A, and Arkynha with a beautiful hold.
Yeah, so good. The smiles again on their faces. They're just enjoying the moment. And the thing as well, prior to this whole tournament, back in Dallas, MIBR wasn't there, and they were technically named the number 3 team over Brazil, because we also have Black Dragons in the mix, which they ended up, for this event, they ended up beating Black Dragons after losing to them in the online stage. So they have time and time again been improving and improving, and now suddenly it seems like they can take on the Americas too.
Tactical timeout as... Oh, we've seen a lot of tactical timeouts getting called here. You can see how stressful it is for both the teams.
Definitely.
They know that there is so much on the line. Here we go. Round number 22. MIBR with a 3-round lead for CLG Red. It's again the pistol buy, and once more the aggression. It looks like deja vu once more. This time it's Josi, not Hera, to find the 2 kills, and the bombs drop out in the open, and Die is just burning alive. Fire and boat ends, and not much you can do. And I love this for MIBR. When they know just the pistols, they try to be a little bit more aggressive, and Arkynha needs to be careful. She's kind of the lone defender here for the time being, as she will rattle off a few bullets to scare away Kelsey. And Kizza's being adventurous. I'm not too sure about this.
Well, I'd definitely like to go in a little bit of aggressive. Kelsey makes some noise over towards the B-bomb site. This keeps those 2 players there. But this, ooh, might get dicey. We have a player over in Mexico, but Kizza is ready there to pick Die up. Sadly, Kelsey now will also fall over towards Banana, leaving Goosebreeder out there mid, and a bomb also lost. There we go, last kill coming through too. And all 5 of the MIBR players remain alive. So money-wise, that is very valuable.
Absolutely, especially during the dying embers of this game. Having a solid economy is going to ensure that there's no danger of you being reset in a critical juncture. And also, I really like some of these the anti-force buy, anti-eco plays coming in from MIBR. They're not afraid, and that is something which is so very important. They don't seem to be playing not to lose, they seem to be playing to win, and I feel like that could be the difference maker here between these 2 teams. Buy is still going to be coming on in for CLG Red. Nice little flash there, top mid to prevent any aggression, but Little Z with the op this time around, and it's going to find Kelsey. Kelsey just going for the swing and will be punished. No flashbang to help her out, and now what do? We can already see the remaining CTs pivoting back towards the A bomb site. And CLG Red, 3 smokes, 4 flashes, a Molotov, and 4 players alive. They still have options available, they still have a lot of time. But if they head towards B, Little Z is going to be the early warning system, and she might even get a second kill, and then it's going to be a 5v3.
Flashbang will at least force her back a little bit. She does hit the shot, but not a player to be caught in the process. But they at least know that the ARP is still there. In fact, the bomb is heading that way. Now, a kill over towards A, which is interesting, because then they want to try and swing over towards the B-bomb side. Little T still there on the trigger with her ult. So now they need to hold on for dear life. Yes, Kizza is tagged up, Josi and Arkynha too, but it's a 4-on-2 now for MIBR. It's looking really rough at the moment. Goosebreeder does now follow up Emmy as she picks up the bomb. But with only a single smoke and 20 seconds left on the clock, what are you going to do?
They're going to go for the contact plate, no flashbang to flush out Little Z from a position, but she's going to miss the first opportunity, throwing herself at all these attempts, trying to open up sides, try to gather information and whatnot. And she was huge on Vertigo, mind you, right? But this T side, like from CLG Red, they're not really getting anything done. They're just being met by the wall that is this MIBR defense. So I do believe we have a few technical issues here, ladies and gentlemen, but hopefully it should be sorted out real quickly. But in the meantime, we're going to go to a very short break. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We had a little bit of a break with some technical difficulties, but we are right back with this game of CLG Red against MIBR. And what a game so far it is. We are looking at a potential upset, though Emmy is still having a lot of fun.
Yes, she's going to be hopefully zooming on into her opposition as well in the server. But yeah, technical issues have been sorted out. Everyone still seems to be in good spirits. And hopefully we should be jumping straight back into the game any time right now. But yes, the scoreline, MIBR with an incredible defense being put up here on Inferno. It was her map pick as well, and for those of you just tuning in, you gotta remember, map number 1, the pick of CLG Reds going the way of MIBR. And now heading into the second map, CLG Red are battling for survival, battling to make it to all the way to the playoffs, and a little bit of a hand rub. Everyone loves a good hand rub.
You gotta keep your hands warm, you know, it's crucial as a CSGO player, or any esports player really, if you're...
I got cold and clammy hands.
Oh really?
It's terrible, I hate it, and especially after I'm gaming and I'm playing Counter-Strike or whatever, and everyone's like, especially during LANs, I'll be playing and I'll have like cold sweat, which is terrible, and I have to shake hands, GG, and I'm like, put the hands out. I'll just fist bump them. But we're going to be talking about my LAN shenanigans later on, because we're going to be jumping back into the game here. Shout out to the crowd for sticking around despite all the delays and whatnot, as we have a barrage of nades being lobbed down mid. It is the 4th spot here for CLG Red. They're not going to be battling it out for OT. They want to take the win. 2 MAC-10s, Tech 9, and a couple of Galils in play.
You don't have to be a wizard to see that MIBR clearly has the better buy here. The up in the hands of Little Z, who's currently on 18 kills herself. Josie, an M4 in hand, 23 on her name, plus 10 kills for her. Such a great game they are already having. And everyone chiming in. Hera now finds the first kill onto Yuli, leaving just 4 alive for CLG Red. Of course, a lot can still happen. Gonna try to set foot towards that B-bomb site, and there's only one CT there.
Comes to play, the flash is good, but Little Z with the timing, and a flick won't land. Emmy just jumping up in the air, able to find 2 kills with the MAC-10. It's a 3v2. Rifles will be retrieved. With 40 seconds on the clock, they will try to get the bomb down, but it's still paranoid. It might be another CT. That's going to buy so much time for MIBR to approach this bomb site.
The biggest problem as well, they have not a single piece of utility left in this afterplot. Everything needs to come off of bare aim, whereas MIBR, certainly they themselves do. Now, Molotovs will start to rain, try to counter with certain angles, and well, this time the Galil might not be the favorable weapon, but maybe if it is in the hands of Emmy, it's not gonna happen though. MIBR with just an inch, hang on and get themselves a map and match point.
Map and match points, 6 of them for the Brazilian. She's not, pat her hand. Come on, you can't do that. You cannot do that. She refuses to give her the high five.
Yep. Well, it all started off of that first kill, boosted up over on mid. Little Z holding her ground over towards that B bomb site. And time again, MIBR have just been delivering every single player. It doesn't really matter whose shoulders it's currently on. Everyone doing their part. CLG now left to win 6 rounds in a row if they want to grab an OT here. And MIBR so close.
Nate's been lobbed in as well, and Emmy, she's going to start for a team, but she's going to fall. The spray from Arkynha. She did spot a player out, and I'm kind of gobsmacked. She's able to even escape from that position. She should have been traded. CLG Red, they continue to push on ahead. Diane, she was a star on the CT side. She's been entrusted with the AWP to deliver CLG Red here.
She's holding the angle, just waiting, seeing if MIBR is keen to push for intel. But so far, everyone is really quiet.
All quiet on the western front, but it's just the calm before the storm. Is it going to be CLG Red cracking open this defense towards B, or is it going to be the Brazilian Storm sweeping away CLG Red? That's the question. That's information gained here for CLG. Now it's going to be pivoting back towards B. It did this a couple of times already, and every single time they are getting repelled. Goosebreeder trying to be a little bit more convincing, but you said it as well. Utility is so sparse, though. No flashbangs available. It's going to be 2 smokes and a molly, and a hit is going to be coming on in.
Arkynha is boosted up. She's patient. She hears the players. Oh, almost 2 kills. That was tag up Yuli. And in return, that
no time!
Leaves, oh my lord, 3 seconds. It's not gonna happen. MIBR snatch it away, and they stay in it.
Oh, not like this. CLG Red, they run out of time. And that has to be heartbreak for the NA side, but the Brazilians in the form of MIBR, you know how much this means. You know how much this means. We spoke about Na'Vi Javelins taking out Big Akiba as being the biggest upset thus far in the tournament. That's scratch that. Right now, this is the upset of the event.